Check. Wow, this is the most difficult part actually. Well, good afternoon, everybody. And thank you very much, Shivani, for having me over here. Um, there's no speech prepared, so I'm just going to wing it, not rehearsed as the keyboard compels you to. So this is just improv. Um, it's been amazing sitting here, watching a whole new revolution take place in this revolutionary auditorium, and uh, learning the piano is not an easy task, but once you know it, it becomes your best friend, and it's one of the greatest instruments that one can use to express oneself musically, creatively, and personally as well also. Uh, I was introduced as a keyboardist. Well, I just learned a bit of keyboard for the film because I played a keyboardist in the film Rock On, and I just can barely find the middle C. So that's my keyboarding abilities. But having said that, one of the first things that I did when I was cast in the film Rock On, the director told me, you're going to be playing a keyboardist. You know, you're the keyboardist of the band and so on and so forth. And I've just been a little bit familiar with the guitar, and, you play 3 chords and, you can play at least 300 songs in 3 chords. But that's not the case with the keyboard. So the first thing I did was I went out and bought a keyboard, and it's like, okay, I'm going to, learn all the music that needs to be learned so I can look like I can actually play in the film and so on and so forth. And, well, like I said, and then for the next 3 or 4 months, I didn't really touch my guitar at all. I was living with my keyboard, I was working with my keyboard, and like I said, it becomes your best friend. More importantly, this afternoon is more amazing for me because I'm really, really, really happy to know and learn that the piano school that you guys have started exists in this city. And there are 100 kids over here who are going to come and show your talent today. 100 kids. That's really, really amazing. More than the kids' talent that is amazing, I'd like to commend and congratulate and, really, really say a big thank you to all the parents who are here, who are believing in their children, who are sending them to the piano school, who are, encouraging them in every way to find their musical selves. It's very important to find your musical self, particularly in the country that we live in. We are constantly distracted by tons and tons of stuff that we don't really need to be distracted by. And for a country that has given so much to the world musically, I think it's only natural that, the parental generation that is here encourages, supports, and pushes their children to become the musicians that they can be. And it's really important for them to follow that dream, if they so have that dream of being musicians. A dream that we've seen come true with Shivani and Vivek and the pieces that they've played as well also. So it's really important for that to happen. And more than what India has given to the world by way of economics and, culture and everything, we need to give more to the world by way of musicians. And even if 10% of all of today's children who play here tonight become those musicians that we seek, then I think, what the Piano Academy has been doing will have achieved 10 times more than what they started out being. So, yes. Now, okay. It's nothing different or new that I'm saying. It's something that all you guys know as well also, which is why your children are here. You really want them to become, the musician that they have in their hearts. Some of them have played, songs that they probably don't even know the history of, like, I Have a Dream by ABBA. Somebody just played Seasons in the Sun. And of course, the greatest performance that happened here today was Hot Cross Buns. 3 notes and you rock the world. So that was fantastic. But having said that, yes, we're starting as young as 2 years old, 3 years old. You're learning music that has such great history, even if it's, Mary Had a Little Lamb, it has a history. I would also recommend that you teach your kids about the history of the pieces that they're playing. The academy will, of course, do that because all that comes out in theory and so on and so forth. But there is a lot of history to the music pieces that are played. I mean, one of the performances, one girl actually talked about the composer who actually repaired cars for a living. You know, it's important to know the context of the music that you play as well also. That helps you understand it more. It's in your head when you're playing it. And like he said, when you play Rachmaninoff, you know you're playing music of a man who had this syndrome. And you don't have that syndrome. So there's no way you're going to be able to ever play Rachmaninoff like Rachmaninoff. You're only going to come as close as you think you can. But all that comes with practice. So we're always aspiring to become the best that have gone before us. And that is the current, and that is always the constant pursuit of excellence that we all should hope for. So in closing, I'm not going to, rant on and ramble on. I'd like to say again, thank you very much. It's been an absolutely eye-opening experience to be here, to watch all you kids play. Most of what I've spoken today probably appeals to more of the adults. But all you kids out there, don't stop playing, okay? Don't let mommy and daddy tell you have to be an accountant, you have to be a scientist, or you have to be an engineer. Tell them you want to play music, you want to play rock and roll, or even Beethoven once in a while. It helps, it works. It'll take you, in places that you've never ever been before, and you never know, you will change the world for that. So thank you very much. It's been a pleasure being here. I'm going to sit through a few more of the performances because I really want to see what the intermediates are going to do. And Shivani, when can I sign up? I've seen there's a section for, for adults as well. So
section for adults as well.
I need to find the other octaves. So yeah, thank you very much for having me, and I hope to see you guys really soon.
Thank you for those inspiring words. Thank you very much, Luke.